Prep this patient for emergency surgery.
The surgical ward is at max capacity, Doctor.
Make room for this one. Blackthorn says he's top priority. We're losing him! Defibrillators now! He's still losing too much blood. Another blood pack, stat!
We don't have any more blood packs.
Take one for one of the other patients.
What are you doing? He needs that.
I'm sorry. Another patient requires this blood pack.
What? What about him? You're just going to let him die?
I'm sorry. I'm just following orders.
Doctor, there are patients dying out here. Why aren't you treating any of them?
All of our resources must go to the courier. Blackthorn's orders. We don't have enough supplies to treat everyone else.
This is madness! All of these soldiers are gonna die for this one person!
Screw Blackthorn's orders. These men deserve better.
Nurse, get the MPs in here. I can't tolerate this crowd.
How is the courier doing?
He appears to be in stable condition. I expect he'll make a full recovery.
Good. Some good news finally. I heard there were some troopers giving you trouble.
Nothing the MPs couldn't take care of.
You did a fine job following your orders, Doctor. I understand morale is low and some may question my orders. But we all need to focus on what will help us move forward.
I just hope this was all worth it. We used what was left of our medical supplies, and many patients died while waiting to be treated.
We all had to make sacrifices. I believe the courier can make a difference for us. Something we lacked.
I wouldn't be so sure about that, General Blackthorn. We don't even know anything about this courier. We've heard no more than folklore about his exploits. Furthermore, we sacrifice more than what any one person's life could possibly be worth.
I'm sure if we give him the chance, he'll prove to be our most valuable asset.
You better hope so, and soon. If morale gets any lower, expect a mutiny on your hands.
How much longer, would you say, until the courier can return to duty?
At least another couple days or so. Depends on how well some of his injuries heal up.
Notify me as soon as he's ready.
Yes, sir. Easy. Easy there. Take it slowly. How are you feeling today? You feel all right? Do you know where you are? Good. Now, what do you remember before you woke up here? Good, good. When you were first brought in here, you were nearly dead. You died several times on the operating table. Both your arms and legs were broken by what appeared to be blunt force trauma. You suffered a skull fracture, punctured lung, some fire abrasions. The Legion weren't going easy on you. It's only been about a week, but you seem to be healing up a lot faster than normal. I'm gonna try to stand you up. You'll take it slowly. All right, it looks like you can hold yourself up. I think you're ready to get back at it then. All of your equipment managed to be recovered from the Legion. It's in the trunk at the end of the bed. General Blackthorn mentioned wanting to speak with you in his office upstairs as soon as you were able to walk. Don't keep him waiting. Yes, what is it? This is all I can spare.
Just leave me alone.
You ever noticed anything odd with the green fairy? That guy with the one eye gives me the creeps.
Yeah, okay. See you.
Courier, I see you're back on your feet. Please, take a seat. We have a lot to discuss. I trust you're doing well. Glad to hear it. You've been through hell, so all things considered, you could be doing worse. Ah, yes. I'll get to the matter at hand. As I'm sure you're aware, we sacrificed much to rescue you from the Legion. Some of my best soldiers died to ensure your survival. All I ask is you to return the favor. I've heard about your exploits in the Mojave. You're a legend out there. You're the one who can bring about change. To be honest with you, the war here at the frontier has been at a stalemate for far too long. My men and I were becoming restless. When I first learned you had been captured by the Legion, I felt it necessary to break the stalemate in the belief that your arrival to the frontier was a sign of change to come. I know it might sound crazy, but I trust that you are the key that will push us forward. Hell, if I'd been made aware of your arrival to the frontier sooner, you wouldn't have been sent out to that bridge in the first place. I don't know who gave that order, but from now on, all your orders will come directly from me. I need you to keep fighting for me, but more importantly, I need you to help ease some of the tension amongst my army. Already my men are calling for mutiny, wanting to throw me to the wolves. Some are wanting to throw you out with me. Many are in grievance over the loss of their comrades, especially the loss of Wolfpack. They were my best soldiers. They're the ones who spearheaded the operation to rescue you. You owe them your life, Courier. I believe you may have met some of them. Hardcase, Hotshot, AJ, and Mouse. Each of them were killed in action just outside Legion territory after one of their vertebrates was shot down. I hate to have to send you back out into the field so soon. I know you may still be recovering from your injuries, but I can't risk a mutiny. I need you to recover their bodies so they can have a proper funeral. I already have a small unit at the scene, but they're pinned down by Legion snipers. I'll mark the location on your Pip-Boy. Look for an Officer Parks when you get there. He should be able to give you a more accurate assessment of the situation. I won't be able to spare any reinforcements for you. Tensions are too high for the moment. You'll have to go alone on this one. That's all I have for you, Courier. Make sure you come back in one piece. Something you needed, Courier?
Hiya. I'm Siren. I'm a combat field medic, but during off-duty I help out Dr. Lang. I guess you could say I took after my father. He was always an optimist, no matter how down the situation got. My father was a doctor for the NCR. I learned a lot from him. I used to help him with injured soldiers during the Brotherhood of Steel War. He was a good man. He was forced by the NCR to treat their wounded. He did so under the condition that I would never be drafted into the NCR military. One day while he was treating the wounded, he was hit by artillery fire from the Brotherhood. That artillery cut him in half. With only seconds to live, he still tried to help the wounded patient next to him. I was in a different medical tent at the time. By the time I saw what happened, he died on top of his patient. His hands on top of the patient's shrapnel wounds instead of his own wounds. He was a doctor to the last second. Thanks. I'm nowhere near the doctor my father was, but I can help tend to the patients here. That way I can honor his memory. Dr. Lang is the head physician here in the Frontier. He has saved countless lives for us. If you need medical help, he's the guy to go to. General Blackthorne is our leader. We left the NCR with him. We believe one day we can return to the Mojave and restore order and hope. We left because they continued to lie to us. They promised that at the end of the Brotherhood War, we'd go home free. I saw so many of us die believing they were fighting for freedom. Instead of freedom, we were issued new orders to defend Hoover Dam from an impending invasion from the Legion. Another war. To fight for a cause not of our own. That's something we just couldn't do anymore. The general, he didn't have to leave the NCR. But he did it for us. It always seemed like destiny was against us from the start. This new Legion force came from the north. We could have let them slip by and invade the NCR, opening up a new front. We're not doing this for the NCR. We're doing this for our friends and families back home. We all know what the Legion does to their prisoners. We can't allow them to win. I admit, when we fled the NCR, none of us knew this Legion threat was going to be this big. You're kidding me, right? Anything interesting to do here? Where do you think you are? This is the frontier. The whole area is a death trap. But I guess if you want a little R&R, you can head down to the boxing arena, or try to top Hotshot's score at the shooting range. Wow. At least you sound like you know what you're talking about. You're really pushing it, aren't you? I heard you are quite the legend back home. Maybe with you here, we can finally defeat the Legion and return to the Mojave. Take care.
Yes, what is it? Goodbye.
Welcome to Burns' Caravan of Wonders. Please stay a spell, and feel free to peruse our various wares. But of course, here's what we have on hand. Happy trails, partner!
Hello, friend. Have you found Gold Jesus? Then allow me to enlighten you. Gold Jesus is all prophet. He is radiation in physical form, yet he is also divine. He is the atom at the center of all creation. He is the leader of our church, and but one of his many loyal apostles, all sworn to uphold his virtues and spread his word as he spreads his holy radiation over the world. If you have more questions, visit our church. I'll mark it on your map. He was born inside a radioactive waste, and arose fully formed from the earth. He, and he alone, defeated the Master, driving back the super mutants, before establishing his holy city here in Portland. If you wish to know more, I would suggest talking to our leader. He knows more of this topic than I do. Actually, yes, there is something. There was a time when I had yet to immerse myself in the glow of Gold Jesus. It was a dark time. During that time, I held possession of a small necklace, a trinket that I have since lost. Now that I am once again wandering the wastes, I wish to reclaim this necklace, something to remind me of how far I've come. My eternal thanks, and the favor of Gold Jesus. Of course, I'm aware that those who do not follow the Lord covet material things, which is why I'm willing to offer a reasonable sum of caps for the necklace's return. It's held by a man named Callan Burr. He lives somewhere in the bowels of Junkflea. I doubt he will give you the trinket willingly. You'll have to convince him, or resort to less honorable methods. I will await your return. Spreading the word of Gold Jesus to whoever I can. There are so few of our kind in this place, and many of them have yet to understand the true power of Gold Jesus. You're more than welcome.
Hey, you got any salt?
You gonna buy something, or what? Necklace? Why would you... Patrick must have sent you. A ghoul put you up to this, right? Talked a lot about Ghoul Jesus, the Church of Eternal Life. His name's Patrick. Not that he remembers or cares. I'm guessing he didn't tell you why the necklace is important. It belonged to our son, Andy. My wife died giving birth to Andy. Then I met Patrick. We ended up together, and Patrick agreed to help raise Andy as if Andy was his own. Things were good then. First time they've been good since my wife died. A Wendigo got Andy. Tore right through his neck. Died instantly. There was nothing any of us could have done, but Patrick took it hard. Eventually, he started hearing some rumors about this ghoul church. Said that it gave him purpose. So he left me. He left us. This necklace is all I have left of my son and the loves of my life. No one's taking this from me unless I'm dead. I guess you're right. Besides, this necklace would break eventually. I don't like things that break. Take it. And tell Patrick... Never mind. Just get out of here.
What do you need? Sure, here's what I've got.
later.
Need something?
Hello, friend. Good. Give it here. I'd have forgotten what it looked like. Strange. Looking at this, I feel something. I feel sadness. On the other hand, I'll never forget how impatient you unbelievers can be. Here, a reward for your efforts. May Ghoul Jesus bless you.
Courier, I'm glad you've recovered. I'm hoping you can be of some use to us. The Legion bastards strung Wolfpack's corpses to crucifixes in the middle of the area to try to bait us into their traps. They have snipers surrounding the area and have landmines scattered around under the snow. We can't get any closer than this without getting killed. Unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be any easy way to do this. You'll either need to take out the snipers or sneak through them while avoiding the landmines. You only need to bring the bodies back to us. We'll carry them back to base. Speak to Mustang. He should be able to give you better advice on how to proceed. Sorry I can't be of more assistance. I'm just here to make sure no more of our troopers get killed. General Blackthorn seems to believe you can handle it. Prove him right, for all our sake. Good luck out there, Courier.
So you're the legendary courier who wasted half our armies. You don't look like much. Is that so? Tell me something, courier. How well can you handle a rifle? Not bad. Tell me something else. How does one stay hidden from a foe's prying eyes? Very well, courier. I guess you can just handle everything yourself then.
Be careful out there.
Huh. Yeah?
Care to spare a few caps for a fellow Wastelander down on his luck? My story? What do you care? My darn story's about as simple as most folk out here. Well, if you really care so much, I came from a camp up in them mountains, just a ways past that salt town. Group of scavengers hide there. We called ourselves the militiamen. You see, way back when, we didn't like them new folk coming around here. Started shooting people that came near. Me, I didn't like the way things were going out there. I got out. You want my advice? Keep away from the forest. Bastards liable to attack you. Name's Leon. Leon Mills. Yep.
So, you're the courier of the Mojave. I imagined you'd be taller. Unimpressive. I'm the 10th eye, the eye that sees all, the eye at the center of everything. You're speaking to one of my eyes, my ears, my couriers, if you will. Together, we are the network, a web of information that runs thick and hot beneath the frozen ground. I don't know you, courier, but I do know your legend. It's hard to see, but it's there. The place where the bullet left a scar on the Mojave, the frontier, and you. You have my full, undivided attention, courier. That does not come lightly. You want it, whether you know it or not. You survived. You endured. You thrived in the place where nations die. I've lived a long life, and I've come to realize that every so often, when the Wasteland faces a crisis, there is always one person at the center of the storm. This person decides the fate of nations, settlements, people. The Vault Dweller was one of these people, as was his grandson. The Lone Wanderer from the East was one of these people. I believe that you are one of these people, courier, which is why I propose a trade. I want to know the kind of person you are, the courier without the legend. If I like what I see, I help fight the Legion. If I don't like what I see, you never see me again. What do you say, courier? Information regarding the Legion. Information I'm sure Blackthorn would like to see. But I wouldn't be giving it to Blackthorn. I would be giving it to you. Just talking to you, using my voice, is a risk. I've given you information, power over me. That trust works both ways. As I knew you would. This eye is one of many across the Wasteland, 9 of which scour the frontier. Find them and do what they ask of you. Once you've satisfied my eyes, we'll speak again. Good luck, courier.
Be careful out there.
You took care of all those Legion snipers. Hell, I must have underestimated you, courier. Here's what I promised. I guess you'll last out here after all.
Were they the only two? I hope this is all worth it. I'm not gonna debate that now. Let's just get the dead back home so they can be buried.
Everyone calm down. Contrary to what you may think, we're not here to mourn these soldiers' deaths. We're here to celebrate their lives and the things they accomplished in their short time on this earth. They were, well, explaining who they were would be pointless. You already know the Wolf Pack, and you already know everything they've done. Together, they had a kill count in the hundreds. They fought bravely, without fear or hesitation, against all kinds of enemies, from the armored knights of the Brotherhood to the savage brutality of the Northern Legion. But that wasn't what made them who they are. That wasn't what made them the Wolf Pack. It was their compassion, their patience, their loyalty, their willingness to do the right thing, no matter the cost, that made them the Wolf Pack. And thus, they were elevated by us from mere soldiers to legends. They became our role models, our heroes, our greatest champions. No amount of retribution or target practice is going to bring them back, but we can still honor them by continuing to follow the ideals they gave their lives for. We can and will continue to fight for freedom, for equality, for unity. In these past weeks, My judgment has been called into question more times than I care to admit. Most of you have criticized me in hushed whispers. Others have been more obvious in their disapproval. That is why I am here today, standing with these fallen heroes, to ask you for your trust in these difficult times. For these are the times that precede our finest hour. The Northern Legion have fallen. The Liberator is close to completion, and now that Courier 6 is here, true freedom is within our grasp. I know that many believe that Courier 6 is a waste of time, that one person certainly isn't worth the lives of the Wolf Pack, or the many others who died that day. But the Courier, this man, will, in time, prove to be our greatest asset against all of our enemies. I'm not asking you all to trust Courier 6. That may be too much right now, but if not him, then trust me. Trust me. Trust. That's all I ask. That is all. I'll open the stage for anyone else who would like to say a few words. If there's anything you want to say, Courier, the stage is open for you.
Ready! Aim! Fire! Ready! Aim! Fire! Ready! Aim! Fire!
When you're ready, meet me in my office. I need to discuss some things with you. Courier, come, take a walk with me. I think it's time I show you the real reason why we have been fighting and freezing our asses off in this godforsaken wasteland. The reason why my men continue to suffer and die here. I'm sure you've learned by now that we're not working for the NCR. We're a splinter group who've removed ourselves from Kimball and his narrow-minded conquest to expand the NCR's territorial grasp. We're not against the new California Republic. I believe the NCR to be the best hope to have come out of this post-apocalyptic world. But I blame Kimball for what he has done to it. He turned the NCR into a warmongering nation that no longer cares for its own people. He is willing to sacrifice whatever and whoever in order to satisfy his grandiose vision for the NCR. My boys, they've been through a lot. Kimball forced them to fight during the Brotherhood of Steel War. Most of them were young kids with little to no combat experience. But to Kimball, they were just conscripts to be used as cannon fodder. However, they still fought hard and bravely, only to die for a cause not of their own. I promised those boys, those men, their freedom. Finally crushed the Brotherhood at Helios 1. I thought it was finally over. We'd won the war, but at a heavy price. For half of my battalion was wiped out in the assault. All good kids. I remember each and every one who died under my command. The lives I couldn't save. The only peace of mind I had was that the rest would be sent home, where they'd be free from any more war. They could hopefully live the rest of their lives in peace. Or so I thought. Only a few months after taking Helios, the Legion were making a push for Hoover Dam shortly after wiping out the NCR's most eastward stronghold, Fort Iradesh. Suddenly, I saw it happening all over again. More kids being sent to their deaths, more families being torn apart, and forced to serve as conscripted cannon fodder. More soldiers left forever scarred and broken by the atrocities of war. True, but only to an extent. War often only leads to more war. Kimball was, of course, determined to hold Hoover Dam at all cost. He ordered my men and I to reinforce the dam. I had two choices: lead my men into another bloody war, only to satisfy Kimball's vision, or leave the NCR and be labeled as a deserter. I chose the latter. Maybe you're right. I suppose only time will tell at this point. Those who followed me only did so because they believed in me. I did not force anyone to come to the frontier. These men and women look up to me as their leader, and I will not fail them. It is my duty to one day bring these people back to the Republic and set things right. A peaceful revolution without any bloodshed. We only aim to remove that warmonger, Kimball, from power so the NCR can finally get back to focusing on the welfare of its own citizens. That is what I am about to show you. What you see before you, we call the Liberator. An awe-inspiring relic of the old world. It appears to have been some kind of prototype airship that was left unfinished beneath the airport. With this fully restored, it would certainly turn the tide for us in our conflict with both the Legion and Kimball's NCR. However, in its current state, it can't even get airlifted. It's essentially a massive paperweight while in this hangar. This is where your help is needed, Courier. As I said before, you're a legend who can bring change. Whether you help us find what we need, or just help us last long enough in this conflict so that the Liberator can be brought to fruition, will justify everything we have sacrificed up to this point. I hope you agree with me when I say, I trust that you are the key that will push us forward. Hopefully in time, you will see what I mean. Follow me. There is still much to discuss. One of our greatest threats we face in the frontier, apart from the inhospitable weather and landscape, is, of course, the Legion. You may be aware that this isn't the same Legion as seen in the Mojave. They are more or less tribals who have pledged allegiance to Caesar's Legion. They weren't much of a threat when we first arrived. But somehow Caesar learned of our presence here and sent his legate, Marcus Valerius, and Frumentari to spearhead the tribals against us. Alarmingly, the tribals have outnumbered and even outgunned us in a number of ways. Because of their nativity to this region, they have proven to be far more versatile and have been gathering resources and territory faster than we can compete with. They continue to encroach on us, even after our recent affair with them, which has left my army crippled. On top of that, I have reasons to suspect that the Legion have spies within our own ranks. The reason why we suffered such heavy losses during our assault to rescue you was most likely due to a breach in our invasion plans. The Legion already had their artillery aimed at my fleet before they even reached into enemy territory. So many of my men slaughtered before their boots could even touch the ground. Furthermore, we have had supplies and weapons go missing from our stockpiles, most notably our tank busters, while their use by the Legion and even scavs has become more frequent in recent events, resulting in greater losses of our tanks and vertibirds. If you have any information of a potential breach in our ranks, I must be informed of it. Dolus, where have you heard of this? This seems to confirm my suspicions that Valerius was tipped off just before the assault. Now we at least know this Dolus is the one we need to look out for. This is invaluable information. Good job, Courier. I currently have Rancor investigating any suspicious activity. He's not just my personal bodyguard, but also my top reconnaissance agent. He's my eyes and ears in the frontier. Ah, this here's Way, my lead engineer on the Liberator, who you may have already met.
Yes. Hello, Courier. As much as Blackthorn may think I need your help, I will have this aircraft fully functional in only a matter of time. You'll see. You'll all see. Well, since you're asking, I could use 12 duct tape, 11 pilot lights, 10 leaf blowers, 9 leather belts, 8 milk bottles, 7 scrap metal, 6 garden gnomes, 5 golden gecko eggs, 4 cherry bombs, 3 fission batteries, 2 teddy bears, and a, Brahmin in a talking tree. It's an aircraft carrier that flies. What more is there to say about it? It's just like all the other pre-war monstrosities. It'll be a miracle if it actually flies, but luckily for us, I'm that miracle worker. Blackthorn came to me after his troopers stumbled across my robot army I had been constructing. Why, yes! Ever since I could wield a soldering iron at the ripe old age of 2, I have been reconstructing old electronics back into working order. I guess you could call me a prodigy. My robot army was all I really needed in life, until Blackthorn offered me to come work on the Liberator, an opportunity and challenge I could not pass on. So here I am, using my robots to rebuild this war machine.
You see what we have all been working for. I hope you understand how important it is that we reach our goal in time. God forbid any of this technology ever falls into the wrong hands. Once the Liberator is fully restored, it can be used as a mobile command center and troop transport. With the amount of firepower it packs, it could probably wipe out an entire citadel. We will use it to restore order and peace in both the Frontier and Mojave. Then, we will force Kimball into resignation. He was originally a member of the 1st Recon Unit back in the NCR. Rancor and his unit were the first to breach Helios 1 during our battle with the Brotherhood and managed to sabotage much of their defenses. It was his cunning tactics during that battle that greatly reduced the amount of casualties we suffered. And just like the rest of the men here, he believes in ridding the NCR of their corruption. I trust him with my life. Ideally, I plan to put your skills of exploration to good use and have you scavenge any remote locations that may contain the components needed to complete the Liberator.
General Blackthorn, sir.
Whoa, take it slowly. Breathe. Now, what is so important that you ran all the way down here?
I just got word of a possible enemy attack on the airport.
Are you sure of this?
Yes, sir. Reports are coming in from all over of a large group of scav vehicles heading towards the airport as we speak.
All right. We'll handle this back at the airport terminal. And Tuner, next time remember to use the intercom.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir.
According to these projections, the scabs have been moving closer and closer towards the airport, and without hesitation, it appears. It won't be long before they reach our walls.
How many would you say there are?
At least a couple dozen retrofitted vehicles.
That's a massive mechanized unit. Why would they suicidally come at us like this?
They must think we are still weak from the recent battle with the Legion and are attempting to finish us off. But we'll let them know we're not finished here just yet.
What's the plan, sir?
Send a column of tanks to intercept and ambush them. We'll wipe them out before they reach the airport.
Yes, sir. I'll gather the men.
Sergeant Johnson, alert the rest of the men. The base is to be on full alert.
Yes, sir.
Courier, I'll need your assistance on this. You'll go with the tank crew to intercept the scavs. You won't necessarily need to drive it. Just man the turret. The crew will give you the basics. Maybe afterwards we'll teach you how to drive one. Hell, if you wipe out these scavs, I'll give you your own personal tank. Go speak to Watchman in the maintenance hangar. He'll give you the rundown. And make haste!
Good, you're here. We can set off now if you're ready. You'll aim and fire the cannon on the tank. It won't be too difficult to do. I'll show you once we get rolling. Alright then, let's get this show on the road. It's a bit cramped in here, but it beats being on foot. This armor can protect us from any small arms fire as well as the cold. We mostly just need to be on the lookout for any tank weapons and landmines. I've also heard rumors that the scavs are retrofitting their vehicles with explosives and suicidally ramming them into our tanks. So watch out for any vehicles with a large bomb strapped to it. Don't want them to get too close before they go boom. By the way, this is our driver, Matty.
Salutations.
He'll handle this tank like it's his steed. I'll be manning the machine gun and loading the cannon. You just need to aim and fire that cannon. That sound like something you can handle? Good. Take this machine gun. You'll be needing it. Now open that hatch and take a look around your surroundings.
Much easier to see from up there, yeah? Take a few practice shots at those vehicles across the river. Get a good feel for how long it takes to rotate the turret and how high to aim to get the proper distance with your shot. hang of it by now. We're coming up onto our target.
Hold it there. I think I see movement up ahead. Sweet Jesus. You see what I see, Courier? Take a look through your scope.
We need to cut them off! Move into battle formation! Wait for them to come to us! Don't fire until they're in range! Fire!
Courier, you okay? Oh, fuck. We lost Maddie. Oh, damn it. The tank's disabled. Oh, like a herd of goddamn Brahmin here. Courier, the turret should still be operational. Use it to hold us off while I get the tank moving again. but we're down a man. You're gonna need to take over for the driving. You've been doing great so far. I'm sure you can handle it.
There's still a few remnants left. We should finish them off before they have a chance to regroup. Keep up with the other tank. We're the only two left. are gearing up for a final assault. We need to cut them off. This is it. Hold your ground. It's time we finish this.
Alive. I don't know what the fuck just happened, but we need to get the hell out of here. I already called in an evac. They should be here shortly. Just hang in there. See what? That blinding light that wiped everything out? How the hell could I miss it? You must have banged your head against something. You should conserve your energy. Help will be here soon.
I see. This is certainly unprecedented. If what you're saying about the beam of light is true, then I fear this may have been the work of something I'd only thought was a myth. The Archimedes 2 death ray. Yes, we only found out about this death ray after seizing Helios 1 from the Brotherhood. Perhaps it was the reason they held out for so long. At best, the reports they gave seemed senseless, but I see now that they were completely accurate. It seems beyond the means of the Brotherhood, and of all the enemies we have been up against. Only the Enclave has had access to the kind of technology you're describing. But what are they doing in the frontier? The last reports we had pegged them fleeing eastward in massive numbers. There's been no organized resistance in the Republic for decades. Whatever their reason, they pose an unprecedented threat to our operations here. If they want to, they could wipe us out in the blink of an eye. We need to tread lightly, Courier. You said you saw where that vertebrate of theirs was headed. Maybe we could track it down and find out what they're up to. Go speak to Officer Parks. He may be able to provide some assistance. I've already assigned him the task of gathering any information on the new threat. But be careful. We cannot afford any missteps. One more thing before you go. As promised, I've provided you your own personal tank for taking care of those scavs. You'll find it waiting for you outside the maintenance hangar. Take good care of it. I won't be able to provide you with another.
Courier, I'm assuming Blackthorn sent you. We're gonna need all the help we can get to deal with whatever this new threat is. If this really is the Enclave we're talking about, the NCR have dealt with them in the past. Though with a bit of help. Hell, I was certain that the NCR had finally wiped them out for good. I never expected to see them make a return like this. This new weapon of theirs changes everything. It goes beyond anything we've been up against before. There's definitely something on the other side of that canal, but I can't get close enough to get a good look. I can see a bright light. It looks like it's coming from a machine of sorts. Seems pretty high-tech, whatever it is. There's no safe way to get across the canal. All the bridges are wrecked. Not only that, if we get any closer, we risk getting spotted. And with that death ray of theirs, well, you know the rest. If there was some way of getting on top of that freeway overlooking the area, it would give us the high ground and allow us to remain out of sight. We could see everything from up there. They'd spot us from a mile away if we tried flying in a vertibird. We need to be more discreet.
Hold on! I think I might have an idea. It's a bit crazy, but it just might work.
Shoot.
Courier? It's simple. Going to use this buggy to ride across the highway, jump in the gaps. Don't worry, this baby's pretty fast and it's got turbo to boot. Makes the car go faster than normal. Wait until you see. Great, you'll be driving. I have a feeling you'll be good at this. We actually made it! Nice driving. I knew you could pull it off. Alright, this is definitely what we're looking for. There's that vertibird you were talking about. Damn, these guys look like they mean business. Got a whole camp and fortifications set up. What the hell is that thing in the middle of the camp? A force field, maybe? I don't think we'll be able to call in an airstrike on them, and a ground assault would only get vaporized by their death ray. Unless... See that big satellite tower over there? I bet they use that to communicate with Archimedes too. If one of us could infiltrate their camp and find a way to shut down that force field, we could call in an airstrike on the satellite and then move in ground forces to finish off the rest. Sound like a viable plan? If we keep close to their camp, they wouldn't risk using their death ray. It would likely cause too much collateral damage for them. Hopefully. I think you would make the best infiltrator, Courier. I can cover you from up here. And they've also spotted a way to shut down that force field. It looks like there are 4 terminals wired to the emitter. If you hack those terminals, you could probably shut the whole thing down. Once that is done, I can call in the airstrike and get us some reinforcements. Here, take some stuff, boys, in this gun. You want to remain hidden until the satellite link is down. I got my anti-material rifle with me, loaded with armor-piercing rounds. Bet I can drop any one of those power-armored grunts with one shot. Just give me the target and signal, but keep in mind, I've only got 5 shots, so make him count. Look for passcodes. The guards are likely to be carrying them. Either pickpocket them or kill them. Be careful though. Kill too many and you might put the entire camp on alert. Good luck out there. Scope out the camp before you head down. When you're ready, rappel down. In my sight. He's in my sight. Target down.
Status report. Green. All systems within acceptable
Got a
operating
target.
parameters. Threat analysis.
He's in my... Target neutralized. He's in my sight. Target neutralized.
The intruder detected. All personnel are to be on high alert.
Target acquired. Target down. Got a target. Target down. That's all the ammo I got. You're on your own from here. Force field is down. Calling an airstrike. Stand by. The satellite link is destroyed. Friendly reinforcements inbound. Let's clean up what's left.
You! That could have gone way worse. Damn fine work, Courier. This wouldn't have gone as smoothly without you. Now we need to secure the camp, make sure there aren't any stragglers, and gather whatever intel we can find. I would suggest checking out those vertibirds of theirs first. Make sure none of them try to take off.
You shouldn't take what doesn't belong to you.
What the hell were those things? They just dropped down from the sky. And what happened to you and that vertibird? The scientist? He's probably the one in charge of the operations here. Damn it! He's gonna alert the rest of the Enclave. If they decide to return with reinforcements, it won't be good for us. We need to get those other two Verta shuttles back to base as soon as possible, and then figure out where to go from there. you have something important to say, make it quick.
Welcome back. What can I interest you on this fine day? Guns, Prime. You never know when a bit of buckshot's gonna... No? I don't believe any of those fall within the category of guns or gun-adjacent products. But of course, here's what we have on hand. Happy trails, partner!
You must be the new reinforcements. Hope you last longer than the last group they sent us. I only have enough medication for you for one day. All right. Goodbye.
Saying it like it is, Courier.
Impressive work you did out there, Courier. I never imagined we'd get our hands on something like this and deal a significant blow to the Enclave. But this is only the beginning. The intel we gathered from the Enclave camp suggests that Archimedes 2 is much more than just a weapon platform. It's an entire space station. I have no doubt that this must be the established headquarters of the Enclave. Wei can give us further details.
This isn't like any other space station we've mentioned in pre-war records. The structure itself appears to be colossal in size.
How big are we talking about?
Big enough to be self-sufficient, and it probably is.
This must be how the Enclave has been gathering their strength without attracting notice. Come with me, Courier. There's something I need to show you. This Enclave soldier we recovered has had some kind of surgery performed on him. His head has been cut open and his brain and spinal cord have been replaced with electronic devices.
I suspect these were Wastelanders who were abducted by the Enclave and then turned into mindless slaves who could be controlled remotely.
This should certainly explain their newfound manpower. The last time we encountered these bastards, they were abducting villagers to experiment on them with FEV. It seems they've finally figured out the means to what they wanted all along. No, you cannot idly stand by and allow this atrocity to continue. The Enclave needs to be stopped and eliminated once and for all.
How on earth are we going to do that?
We already have everything we need to accomplish this undertaking. We know where their headquarters is and a way to get in.
You plan to use the spacecrafts to travel to Archimedes too?
Precisely.
But that would be suicide. We have no idea what will be waiting for us up there, or if we'll even be able to reach it.
I'm confident that with a team of our most skilled operatives headed by the Courier, we will have success in this operation.
But what if they fail? It might only piss off the Enclave. Then they'll be coming after us at full force. We wouldn't stand a chance.
The Enclave may attack us at any given moment. It is imperative that we strike first. Catching them off guard at the core of their operations is the best shot we'll ever have against them. Not to mention, the technology we can gather from this space station would dwarf even the Liberator. I hope you'll understand, because we need to move on with this operation as soon as possible. Wait, what's the status on the Verta shuttles? Any chance we could use them to reach Archimedes too?
Well, both Verta shuttles appear to be in working condition, and they even come with an autopilot feature. So no need to waste time training anyone to fly them. There is one thing we are currently missing, however. You see these two power cores? They are needed to power the Verta shuttles, and these ones are completely drained. You will need to find replacements if you ever want to have any chance of reaching into orbit.
Surely we must have recovered some replacement power cores from the Enclave outpost.
I've already gone through everything that was brought back, and nothing resembled a fully charged, brightly glowing, green, unmissable power core. So it would seem you are shit out of luck. However, I do know of a place where we may find one. No guarantees, but there's a trade hub known as Junk Fleet. The scavengers there have spent their entire lives searching every nook and cranny of this wasteland for pre-war tech.
Of course. I believe Rancor knows the place well. He often travels there to gather intel on the frontier. We're bound to find something. Courier, I want you to go to Junk Fleet with Rancor in search of these power cores. Any leads you find, I want you to pursue. In the meantime, I will put together a specialized team for the Archimedes 2 mission. If you have any questions about the hub, Rancor should be able to answer them. And take this as compensation for all your hard work. You've earned it.
Have any questions? Now's the time. Well, thankfully, we're two fully grown adults who can take care of ourselves. If anything should happen, we know what to do. It's called style, and it looks better than whatever you're wearing. More importantly, it keeps me incognito. In case you haven't realized, not everyone has a favorable opinion of the NCR. The same scavs Blackthorn and you have been fighting? Yes. Which should give you an incentive not to dress as the NCR, unless you're planning on a very unfriendly welcome. What is this, an interview? I'm Blackthorn's top reconnaissance agent, as in I spy and gather intel on the enemy and perform covert operations. I'm also second in command, so do not cross me. I don't find you to be as reliable as Blackthorn claims you are. Bit of advice. Don't get too attached to anyone out here. They won't last long. About time. I'll meet you outside Junk Fleet. Don't keep me waiting.
Hey, Courier. Think you got time for a drink or two? Drinks will be on me. You deserve it for all the good you've done so far. Okay, let's meet at the rec hall. Quieter there.